Hello, welcome back to the YouTube channel. I am Nick from Australia. Welcome to the Monday Night Football review for round 20 of the NRL. We saw two games of football tonight. We saw the Gold Coast Titans beat the Bulldogs 34 points to 6, and we saw the Manly Warringah Seagulls defeat one of their rivals, the Cronulla Sutherland Sharks, in the Battle of the Beaches 40 points to 22. We saw Toby Rudolph go to the sin bin. We saw Will Chambers trying to start fights, and we also saw the world-class performance of the best player in the world, Tom Trbojevic. If you guys are new to the channel around here, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, like this video, and comment your thoughts on tonight's games in the comment section below. But let's go back to the first game tonight, where we saw the Gold Coast defeat Canterbury Bankstown 34 points to 6. And I got to say, the first half was quite disappointing. It was a pretty lackluster first half. It was not any good whatsoever. The Bulldogs showed absolutely nothing. The Gold Coast were playing okay, but they could have been up by a bit more, in my opinion. And it all started off there. In the 14th minute or so, Tino Fasua Malawi went from dummy half. He barges over. Poor defence there from Josh Jackson and Corey Allen. And Tino scores the first try of the game. And the goal was successful there by Toby Sexton. The Gold Coast leads 6 points to 0 there after 14 minutes gone. And then in the 29th minute, a no try to David Fafita for double movement. Unlucky there from David Fafita, but the rules are the rules. And then in the 34th minute, Sam Lasone with a very nice ball to Moe Fodawaker. He throws it on towards Toby Sexton, I think it was. Toby Sexton throws the ball back, sorry. Nick Meaney knocks it out of the hands. And then Isan Masters picks the ball up, and he scores for the Gold Coast Titans. Sexton misses the goal there. Titans 10-0. And then in the 38th minute before half-time, Ash Taylor put a grubber kick in, and Brian Kelly ends up scoring for the Gold Coast. And half-time, the Titans over the Bulldogs, 16 points to 0. And I'm going, well, the Bulldogs have shown nothing. Cole Flanagan's back in the Bulldogs side, and he's done absolutely nothing at all. And the Bulldogs were playing really boring. And, you know, I thought the Gold Coast could have been up by a bit more than 16-0 at half-time. But, you know, the Gold Coast, they were quite dominant in that first half, even though I thought 16-0 was a good lead. They probably could have been up by 24-30 if they wanted to. But then in the second half, in the 53rd minute, Toby Sexton put up a bomb, tapped back by Isan Masters. Greg Marzou ends up grabbing the ball and scoring for the Gold Coast Titans. Titans at that stage lead 22 points to 0. And then in the 60th minute, AJ Brimson with a line break. He gets the ball to Ash Taylor, and he scores a try, and I feel like I'm going to throw up. Taylor scores for the Titans. At that stage, it's 28 points to 0. The game is over. And then in the 69th minute, Jared Wallace with a no-look offload to Brian Kelly, who collects a double. Sexton converts the goal. Titans 34-0. And then in the 74th minute, Bailey Bondi Oddie, the young hooker coming through the Bulldogs, he scores from dummy half. Kyle Flanagan a goal. And full time, the Gold Coast have beaten Canterbury 34 points to 6 up there at Seabus Super Stadium on the Gold Coast. I've got to say, the Dogs, they've been good for 3 weeks against, you know, the Roosters, the Bunnies, the Sharks. They've been competitive against all these good sides. And, my God, tonight they were just awful. I mean, I'm not surprised because the Bulldogs have been up for a few weeks and it was just a matter of time before something like this happened. But, my God, they were quite ordinary tonight, the Dogs. And the Gold Coast did what they had to do. And now the Gold Coast go into 7th spot on the competition ladder. So they are now inside the top 8 until they will. I think they will fall out of the 8 though. They play Souths, Melbourne and Newcastle before the end of the year. So 3 fairly hard games there. So we'll see how they go. But some of the great players tonight for the Gold Coast Titans. I thought AJ Brimson was solid for the Titans. Greg Marzou and Corey Thompson were good as well. Brian Kelly and Isan Masters were good. Ash Taylor was okay. Nothing special, but, you know, he had an average game. Nothing special from Taylor. Sexton was good. Jared Wallace was great. Fodawaker was awesome as well. What else there? Bo Fermor had a good game. Tino was absolutely outstanding, in my opinion. David Fafita was quite good for the Gold Coast. Sam Losone and Jamin Jolliffe were good as well. Peachy was decent. As for the Bulldogs, hard to find many positives for the Dogs here. They didn't show much at all. I mean, look, Aaron Schoffe he tried very hard in periods out there. Heverington as well. Yeah, look, Bailey Bondiotti as well off the bench. Yeah, look, not much to say about the Dogs. They were really, really poor, and the Gold Coast had a really good night up there tonight. Over the Dogs, my top 3 players on ground for this game. No, number 3, I'm going to go with number 3. I'm going to go. Let's go with AJ Brimson at number 3. Number 2, I'm going to go with Brian Kelly. And number 1, my man of the match, I'm going to go with Tino Fasua Malawi. Thought he was outstanding tonight and for the Titans. So Tino gets my man of the match, and the Gold Coast get a good win over the Bulldogs. And the final game of Monday Night Football for round 20 of the NRL, Manly 40 over Cronulla 22. This game was crazy for a while. Cronulla made a late comeback, but far too late for the Sharks there. And it all started off there for the Seagulls there in the 4th minute. Turbo with a cutout ball to Garrick, and Braden Trindle with an incredible try-saving tackle. It was absolutely magnificent. Great defence from Braden Trindle there. And then in the 14th minute, first try of the game goes to Jason Saab in the corner. DC grab a kick. Morgan Harbour flicks the ball back in, and Saab scores the try. Look, here's the thing. You know, I don't want to bring it up, but I'm going to anyway. If Kyle Felt's no try against the Broncos was a no try on Friday night, then the Jason Saab put down should have been no try as well. Great, spectacular try from Saab, but hey, if the Kyle Felt one's a no try against the Broncos, then what's the Saab one? Because he didn't have much control of the ball, in my opinion. But anyway, to try to Saab, Manly 6-0 after 14 minutes. 18th minute, Manly shoot the ball to the right-hand side. Turbo to Saab again. Saab collects a double. Manly 12-0. And then 21st minute, Tommy Turbo, incredible strength through the middle. And a great offload to Morgan Harper. He scores for the Seagulls. Manly 16-0 after 21 minutes gone. And then in the 24th minute, Talakai at the line. Good decoy from Talakai. Trindle did well at the line there. And then Will Kennedy goes straight through and scores for the Sharks. Good try to Will Kennedy there. Manly 16-6. And then right before half-time, Brad Trindle put a grabber kick in. A ricocheted off a Sharks player. Trindle was back on side. Trindle scores. Half-time, Manly 16-10. I'm thinking, okay, Manly have been dominating, but the Sharks, couple late tries before half-time. Now, Des won't be happy about that. But anyway, Manly 16-10 at half-time over the Sharks. Second half, Turbo just goes to another level. It's unbelievable. 44th minute, Tom Trbojevic beats about 6 blokes, and he goes over and scores. Unbelievable try from Tom Trbojevic there. Manly 22 points to 10. 48th minute, Turbo again. He scores his second try in about 4 minutes. He beat Andrew Fafita and Aiden Tolman. Gee, it was soft defence from the Sharks, but Turbo does what Turbo does best. Goes for another try. He scores a double. And then 54th minute, Turbo again. He just can't be stopped. He's just too good. He scores another try. A hat-trick for Turbo. 3 tries in 10 minutes for Tom Trbojevic. Manly at this point up 34 points to 10. And then in the 55th minute, Chambers, I don't know what he was doing. He wanted to fight Dylan Walker and Ola Kawatu. He put a big shot on Dylan Walker, and then a bit of trash talk between Chambers and Ola Kawatu. It was going to be a big fight, but anyway, in the 59th minute, Turbo to Garrick, another try to Manly, 40-10 to Seagulls. And then in the 66th minute, the Sharks are frustrated. They're doing dumb shit. And then Toby Rudolph goes to the sim in for a headbutt. I believe it was on Ruben Garrick. It was just stupid. I don't know what Toby Rudolph was thinking, but he went for 10 in the bin. So dumb. And then the Sharks decided to play better with 12 men. It was really weird. Rudolph goes for 10. Chambers got benched, I think, for his own good. They brought young Metcalf on the field. He did a good job, only in a short stint. In the 70th minute, Will Kennedy's show and go. He goes over and scores for the Sharks. Manly 40-16, and then with about 8 minutes to go, Braden Trindle scores his double. And at full time, the Manly Seagulls have beaten their rivals, the Sharks, in the Battle of the Beaches, 40 points to 22. And my God, Tom Trbojevic, seriously, the bloke's the best player in the world at the moment. He is doing stuff that you just don't expect any other player to do. You know, his attack is world class. His talk, his defense. He is the best player in the world at the moment, and it's completely up to him on how far Manly go. And I think Turbo's a shoe-in to win the Dally M. I don't think anyone else is going to catch him in the Dally M. I know he was behind Cleary for a while, but Cleary's been out for a while now due to injury, and Turbo's getting votes every week, if not man the match performances every week for Tom Trbojevic. What a player he is, and best player in the game at the moment. He's just out of this world. Some of the great players for Manly tonight, like I just said, Tom Trbojevic, 217 run meters, 3 try assists, 3 tries. What a player, man. Unbelievable. Saab was outstanding as well. Brad Parker was shit, I reckon. Talakai was destroying him. Morgan Harper had a good game. Garrick was good. Foran and TC were very good together in the halves. Sipley was good. Tapau was okay. Ola Kawatu was a little bit quiet. Didn't get much ball tonight, Ola Kawatu. Schuster was great. Jackson Boybrich was very good as well. I thought Paseka was good. Dylan Walker as well. Curtis Sheridan's first game back in a while. He had a good game. Good to see Curtis Sheridan back as well. And Kyle Lawton had about 20 minutes out there as well. He did a pretty good job. As for the Sharks, so they had a few good players as well. Will Kennedy played really well in a beaten team. Talakai was great, I thought. Braden Trindle had a really good game as well, scoring 2 tries. Jack Williams was good as well, I thought. I thought Woodsy tried very hard. Rudolph, I don't know what he was thinking out there. Brain explosions. I thought the Sharks bench was quite good as well. Helen Ueli had a good game. Fafita tried really hard, I thought. And Metcalf didn't play much minutes, but it was good to see him out there. But Manly, another dominant win. They are now 1 game outside the top 4. They take on the Melbourne Storm on Saturday night, which is going to be an absolute blockbuster game. So that is a guaranteed game to tune into. As for the Cronulla Sharks, they take on the Warriors, who had a gutsy win over the Tigers on the weekend. So we'll see how the Sharks go against the Warriors on Saturday afternoon. But I'm telling you right now, Manly versus Melbourne Saturday night. Lock it in. You know, whatever you got planned, seriously, Manly versus Melbourne is must watch. So tune in Saturday night. It's going to be a blockbuster game. But my top 3 players on ground for the Seagulls and the Sharks tonight, I'm going to go with number 3. I'm going to go with Kieran Foran. I thought he was outstanding. Number 2, I'm going to go with Jason Saab. And number 1, my man of the match, the best player in the world, Tom Trbojevic. But guys, that's it for the Monday Night Football review. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure you guys go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, fellas, and I'll see you guys tomorrow afternoon for my round 21 tips. Until then, stay safe, take care of yourself. See you later.